Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. Many college and graduate students find classes and the work boring or too hard or too voluminous or irrelevant to their lives. Yet, most of them are willing to put up with it so they can get that piece of paper, the diploma, especially if it's emblazoned with the designer label. But it's not easy delaying gratification for years. One or more of the following might help. First, curate your courses. Sure, if your major requires you or your graduate program requires you to take some monster hard, sleeping pill boring course, you may not have a choice, but most times you do have options. Take that bit of extra time it takes to unearth courses and professors likely to teach you something you care about. For example, you might read the syllabi of prospective courses. Do the topics and the readings seem interesting, not too onerous? Also, check out reviews of the professor on one or more of the professor review websites. Just Google professor review sites, you'll see a bunch. Read between the lines of those. Sometimes a professor gets great reviews, mainly because the professor is easy or funny. If only occasionally you're going to want the hard, serious, yet transformational professor. Here's a tip. Over-register. If you plan to take, say, 4 courses, sign up for 5. Attend Attend the first class of each and drop the worst one. Curate readings. I met with a group of 4.0 GPA students at the University of California, Berkeley. And in the confidentiality of our meeting room, maybe with lips loosened by the free pizza and beer, they all agreed that they didn't try to read everything that's assigned. One student said, "Many professors act like their course is the only one we're taking." Another student chimed in, they think their subject is the most important one. If possible, read what you deem will benefit you, and okay, what will likely be on the test, but don't let grade grubbing trump what will benefit you and give you some pleasure. Well-chosen extracurriculars may do more for you than reading every word of professor-venerated arcana. Make it easier to pay attention in class. Sit in what I call a focus seat. That's where the professor's eyes tend to focus, often a few rows back and a bit right or left of center. Not only will the professor then see your nods of approval, but it's harder for you to fall asleep in class with the professor's perhaps beady eyes boring down on you. Ask questions. The answer to your questions is the customized learning that you or your parents are paying the big bucks for. Besides, asking questions will help you stay awake. Of course, you don't want to be one of those obnoxious students who ask too many questions. 1 or 2 an hour is about right. Take just a modest amount of notes. No need to be like a court reporter. Just write the points that the professor, and especially you, deem important that you don't already know. Consider reading the hard but important stuff in advance of class. That may help you understand and just maybe even appreciate what the professor is going to be saying in class. Customize assignments. Sometimes you can tweak or even change an assignment to better suit your needs and wants. Professors often welcome your proposal for a change. After all, it can't be fun to have to read 50 papers on the same subject. I speak from experience. For example, let's say the assignment is to contrast Hamlet's stabbing of Polonius with Seth's stabbing of her landlord in Toni Morrison's Beloved. But you would rather contrast Hamlet's stabbing with the stabbings in your community. I'm betting that most professors would give you a 2 thumbs up to do your idea. Go one-on-one. Consider emailing or seeing the professor during office hours. Ask even so-called dumb questions. And if you respect the professor as a human being, ask about issues that you're facing in college or graduate school and maybe about your future. Most professors welcome that. Besides, the bonding of that one-on-one may motivate you to do a better job of paying attention in class and doing a good job on assignments. Another form of one-on-one is, of course, the tutor. If after the first class session you sense you're going to struggle in this course, maybe you should nip the problem in the bud. The professor, the teaching assistant, the campus tutoring center, or a private tutor can save you from that horrible feeling of not knowing what the hell's going on, especially as you head into the midterm and final. I want to end with a confession. I like learning, but I hated most of my classes in college and graduate school. They were either too arcane, too hard, too easy, and or too irrelevant. But if I knew then what I know now, the tips that I've just offered you would have helped, and I hope they help you. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share this video on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. Oh, by the way, I'm additionally flattered if you take a look at my book, which is just published and relevant to the subject. It's called Jeremy's Quests, Succeeding in Starting Out. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko.